We are live. We are live. I want to welcome everybody to Wisdom Wednesday Live with Liz Gabor. I am the founder of Ageless Angels and a success coach, yoga meditation instructor, and I partner with women in prosperity, peace of mind, and the reason I created this series is really I wanted to host a platform for women to share their stories, share their wisdom, how they navigate the world, share the work that they do, and more. And it's a way for me to spotlight each of the members of our Facebook group, Ageless Goddess Vibe Tribe. So if anybody listening outside of the group identifies as female, come on over and join our tribe. We're there to uplift and support and cheer one another on and support each other through challenges as well. So I provide this video to my guests, the guest who I highlight of the week, so that she can do with it what she wishes, share with her community, her family, her friends, or whatever she wants to do with it. So I'll send you the link after the broadcast. And, it's all out of this calling that I have to shift women's perceptions about themselves as we age, in addition to shifting our cultural perceptions around aging for women, because I feel that our world and our country needs now more than ever the wisdom, radiance, full expression, voices, creativity of women. Yes. So this week's Wisdom Wednesday is with the fabulous new friend of mine who I've only known for a short time, but she has really just shown me what resiliency looks like. And she just has a really wonderful work that she shares with the world. And I'm really happy that you're here. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. I'm going to give you just a little intro and then I'll pass the floor on to you and you can talk a little bit about yourself and your story. So Tina Kadish is a dynamic speaker, life purpose coach, and corporate trainer. Tina has over 2 decades experience in leadership development, team building, and talent acquisition. She speaks and coaches at events all over the country, and she is also a 2-time author. Her strategies lay out the roadmap, which give her clients the clarity and insight to escape their 9-to-5 jobs. She helps make dreams a reality. As a result, her clients are getting their time back in their life, which is priceless. They have the freedom to spend quality time with their families and friends. Her clients create a life on purpose while prospering in the process. Tina's clients are achieving financial success in their personal and professional lives, which enables them to give back to their community. She brings a plethora of experience in various industries. Tina's mission is to impact lives by living with joy, fulfillment, and freedom. She is easy to work with and always over-delivers. Tina is a true professional. Welcome, Tina.
Thank you.
Yeah, so just share a little bit about yourself, your story, whatever it is that you wish to share for those of us that don't know you, because we want to get to know one another within the group and beyond.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you again for having me, Liz, and thank you for all of you listeners that are going to take the time to hear what I have to say. So as a life purpose coach and business coach, I come from corporate America, and I started Life as Ideal when I got laid off. So in our lives, a lot of times we have challenges. Well, my first challenge was that I was, for the first time, laid off as an area trainer. I loved what I was doing, and I was commuting into New York City, and I survived 9/11. I was actually supposed to be in the buildings that day of 9/11, but God had another plan for me. I wasn't supposed to be there that day. So life has a purpose for me. So anyway, so I survived 9/11, and I started Life as Ideal when I realized that freedom and flexibility were 2 important values of mine, that I found myself on a journey of trying to figure out, what is my purpose? What do I do now that I got laid off? Because I was really scared. And I was a single mom with 2 kids at the time, had never been laid off. I'd always left jobs, but they'd never left me. So I found myself out of control. I tend to be a control freak, have to be in charge. And this really pulled the rug from under me. And I really didn't know what to do. So for any of you listeners, maybe you have had a crossroad in your life. You've been laid off. You know, you've had some transition. I mean, I got divorced. I've been laid off, almost lost our home. And then, of course, I'll share the other challenge that, because life just gives us challenges, and resilience is something that we always have to strive for. And it's something that I've had to learn to let go and surrender and trust the process. Yeah. And many times as we're going through, trust and surrender are two words that recently came up for me during a Reiki session. Believe it or not, about a month ago. And it's two words that I really have a hard time dealing with, to be honest with you, because surrendering to what is supposed to happen, why is it happening? So when I got laid off, it's like, why did I get laid off? What's going on? So I started Life is Ideal with the premise that I wanted people to get their passion, discovering their purpose. Too many of us, actually over 85% of people are not happy with their corporate careers. So I started with a tool that I help you to discover your passion. That's how I started Life is Ideal. And I started really getting people that clarity that they need. How can they find their freedom? How can they love what they do and make money at the same time? Because a lot of...
Can I ask you, Tina, just...
Yes.
Did you enjoy your corporate job? Was it something that you did like, or did you realize after doing the self-discovery and now the work that it wasn't? I'm just curious.
Well, you know, that's a good question. When I was there, you tend to just go with the flow and just keep going, but not really questioning, am I really doing what I love to do? So what I realized is that, so in answer to your question, I liked the training. I love being in front of people. I love delivering nuggets like I'm doing right now. I love the public speaking aspect. So I love training, but I didn't like that commute every day, an hour and a half each way, single mom with two kids. I was burnt out. I was stressed, tired all the time. So I learned for the first time what it felt like to not have to go to a day job in an office every day. So I realized through this tool that I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I wanted that freedom. I wanted to be able to create my own destiny, control my time, choose what I want to do every day, surrounding myself with the people that I want to surround myself with, not being told what to do.
And trust the process, right?
Trust the process. Because I said when my manager laid me off, I said, a door is closing right now, but I know another door is going to be opening, and I don't know where that door is going to happen.
That's a pivotal moment for sure. Yeah,
it was definitely a pivotal moment. So that's how I started my business, and that's really my background is been in talent acquisition as well as training. Because what I did do, and I'll share this with your audience, I did go back to a job after getting laid off. I took about 2 years, started my business, working on my business. But then there's something that creeps up in our mindset, and it's called fear. So fear led me to go into a corporate career as a recruiter. I stayed there 11 years too long. Now, I was good at it. Didn't like it a lot at all. It was mostly the people not being appreciated, not being valued for what you do, and not getting recognized for your contributions.
Yeah.
So I was doing my business part-time and working full-time, which is something that I do recommend people. I don't recommend you just quit your job and start a business tomorrow. No, it's a process.
Yeah.
And I did it for 6 years while working until 2018. It'll be 3 years next month that I've exited my corporate career as a recruiter and now in my own business full-time since then. So that was an important goal for me, because I want to help you find your freedom. And I can't do it if I'm still stuck at a day job myself.
Absolutely. You got to walk the talk, right? Yep.
Got to walk the talk.
But it takes, it's the transitionary period, right? I know, most people can't just do nothing and while they're trying to build their business and bills are coming in. So
exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's where I really feel that we all have gifts and talents to share to the world. We really do. And we don't tap into that because we're just so stuck in that fear mindset and that fear of maybe what is your family going to think? How are you going to replace your income? Will I be able to offer value? Will I make money with what I want to offer? Yeah. Not really believing. I think a lot of reasons is that we have a lack of self-confidence. We doubt ourselves that we can't do it.
And I think a lot of that comes from living in this patriarchal culture that doesn't appreciate us as women, for sure. I mean, I agree. We've been conditioned to not kind of believe in ourselves.
Exactly. Belief is huge. But beliefs come from our childhood. We grow up with these beliefs, these limiting beliefs. And it's something that I coach my clients on is their mindset is where is your mindset coming from? Like what led you to where we are today? Okay. So it's like where you are right now, it came from somewhere. Why do you have these beliefs? For me, my childhood was scarcity mindset. I didn't believe that there was an abundance of money. Yeah. I didn't believe that being an entrepreneur, I'm the only entrepreneur, by the way, in my family on both sides, my mom and my dad. Everybody are in a corporate job. Right. And they're, some of them like it. Some of them hate what they're doing, absolutely despise it. Yeah. But they rather stay stuck in their misery or just don't take action because I believe it takes action. Yep. Nothing will change if you don't take that one action, even if it's one little thing every day towards your goal.
I completely agree. Agree. And people, I think it's, again, that's that fear people have of what if I don't get another job or what if, it's just that they'd rather stay in that because it's known than go something that's unfamiliar. And it's sad. It's very sad. I find it sad.
I find it sad too. I mean, they're comfortable because a lot of times we don't want to be uncomfortable, but I tell people get comfortable with being uncomfortable. I really believe that because you're not growing. You're not growing if you're not taking action. You're not doing anything differently. And you just stay in that misery, every day and complaining. Because that's what I was doing. I was starting to complain a lot to my family, my friends, my husband. They got tired of hearing me complain about this job. And they were saying, just do something to get out of that situation.
I get it. I'm a recovering complainer and blamer myself, but I'm a
yeah. So I finally did it. And I felt so free.
Yeah. So I can feel that. I can sense that, that, and with your smile, I mean, you have such a great smile, but it took that time for you to figure out that this is like where you want it to be. And that's kind of what we're here to do. Figure it out, try things, go in one course and then, go try another course and off course, on course, and,
Exactly. You don't know where your road is going to lead you. I mean, we all have these plans. And that's one of the things that I share in my book that I was a co-author. I was in a book collaboration. It's about that God has a plan for all of us and to trust it.
If you would be willing to share, a little bit about, I think we could learn from that story. I mean, I know it's not easy, but it's heart. It's about your heart and your.
It is. So I will share my story. So as I was sharing before, that life just pulls the carpet from under us sometimes. Well, in 2020 or 2019, my daughter, 37 years old, was diagnosed with ovarian cancer. Healthy. And was diagnosed. When she was diagnosed, she only got 8 months to live from diagnosis to passing away. It actually will be 1 year this coming Friday, July 2nd, that she passed away in the hospital. And luckily, I, as an entrepreneur, was able to be with her every single day, hour of the day. I was able to work my business while caring for her. Now, I never believed that she would pass away. And so I did, as a result of that, I did co-author a book, Success in Any Season. And people will ask me, how was I able to write this during this challenge? And talk about the rug being pulled from under me. Never in my wildest dreams did I ever think I would outlive a daughter, a child. I do have a son. I'm very grateful that I do have another child. But what I could say is that I want to help other grieving moms to go through, like when they're going through something like this. And I'm meeting a lot of grieving moms and dads on losing a child, because it is by far the biggest challenge in my life.
Yeah. And I think, I don't know what you're doing with that now, Tina, but I think that is really needed. And I think that that really only people who have gone through it kind of, are able to really kind of help people go. I just believe that, because it is such it's not the natural order of things. And I think, I'm sure therapists do it. People too, do things with people that have lost people. But I think if you could help parents go through that, I think that could be really, it could be, again, healing for you, and also just helping someone else not give up their whole lives because of this happened, because you're an example of not doing that, in my opinion, from what I know.
Exactly. I could have there's two choices. I could have really ended my life. And believe me, I've thought of it. I thought of it. Or I can put my thoughts on paper, like I did with this book. I said other people need to read, and I wanted to share my story. And there's 8 lessons, and there's a word that I created an acronym for, the word voice, because everything can change in the blink of an eye, is what I've learned. My daughter was a writer, a journalist, wrote many articles, and she actually wrote an article, Everything Can Change in the Blink of an Eye. And I took that and I said, I want to put that in my book collaboration, but coming from my voice on our journey together as a mom, to literally watch your daughter die.
Is that where the lessons? I know it
was a lesson. I was with her during COVID. She was always in the hospital. Okay. But I found a way to get in there, and I was there with her the night before she passed away. I stayed with her, never believing she was going to pass away. Never. I was told that she would, but my mindset was, we're going to get through this. We're going to get through this. She's going to have a second chance at life. I just know it. I believe in it with all my heart. And it didn't happen. So talk about surrendering. Like, I just can't believe this just happened right now. But I was there with her. We spent our last night, not knowing it was going to be our last night, watching one of her favorite shows. We were on the bed together in the hospital. She was in the hospital, mind you. Because of COVID, they wouldn't allow me to stay there, but I did.
All right.
And this is where a mama bear.
Yes, I know. I get it. There's no way. You'll have to carry me out.
Exactly. And this is why I thought of the word voice, because we have to speak our truth. We have to own our power, stand up. And what you believe in, you've got to speak with conviction. You've got to stand up. And especially when it's your child, you have other people, other voices coming in telling you how you should be or what you should do and how you should feel. No, we all need to have our own voice.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. And I think, you don't have to go through something like a try like that to own it, but I think, it's like, you owned it. You have it, you're it's not going anywhere.
Exactly.
We all have that. It's just if we stand up for ourselves and speak up, and again, like you said, just stand in our conviction. And I think that you're having that belief that she was going to survive. I think that is that you needed to have that, in my opinion, in order to be there every day, and be hopeful. I think that's part of the process of going through, for her, for you, so, and again, I think you said in your book, and I agree, because that we don't have control over what happens.
No.
You're hoping, and your belief, it was for both of you. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how I feel.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. And I'm a very faithful person. I believe in God. And during this whole time, praying, the power of prayer is important. Now, is my faith tested right now? It's been tested. I'm, still questioning it on why did this happen? And this is one of the things as you're going through your stages, I've been reading a lot about the stages of grief. And you'll get there. The acceptance stage is at the end. Will we ever get there? I don't know. If really every person grieves differently. And I decided to grieve, to share her legacy, continuing to keep her alive and let people know who she was, because she's a light in the world. She was a light in this world. And I really want people to know who she was, because she was a writer herself and wanted to write her own books and never did. And so there's going to be a book that will be coming up sometime, maybe this year or next year, her memoirs.
Oh, nice.
That I want to create for her.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. So that's what I want to do next with her story. But I think, part of my VOICE acronym is impact. I want to make an impact for other people, that during these challenging times, whatever they are, it could be the loss of a job. It could be the loss of a marriage. I went through both of those. Okay. Loss is loss. Yeah. But I think the loss of a child, for me, it's just been the biggest loss in my life. And I think it'll always will be that resiliency. I can deal with pretty much anything going forward. I really could. I really could.
I think that also what you said about trust and surrender, like I think trust and surrender build resiliency. Like if you can trust and surrender to what is, you're kind of developing that resiliency, because
because I asked God, I said, okay, so now what am I supposed to do with this? The first thing I did was I wrote an article in a magazine that I submitted like 2 months after she passed away. So that was the first start of this story. And then I was, invited to do this book collaboration with 20 other authors. And I said, I want to do this as well. And then a month ago, I wrote my own book that I had in the works, and I'll share that a little bit towards the end. But this was my first co-author piece. My daughter would be so proud of me because I don't like to write, but she would be like, wow, Mom, you go, Mom. She would always say, go, Mom.
That's so interesting that you don't like to write. I didn't know, because I figured she was a writer, that it was something that she got from you. But I think then to me, it sounds like she's channeling through you.
I think she's channeling through me because she's like saying, okay, Mom, you don't like to write. I love to read. Like we shared the love of books. We always loved books, and we're always reading the same books. So we shared that love, but I never really wanted to write. And it's like, okay. And so this article that I wrote in the magazine was the first thing I really wrote. And I said, oh my God, my daughter's name was Daniela. She would say, Mom, wow. Like, I just can't believe you did this. And I'm like, yes, I did. And my son is so proud of me because he says, go, Mom. Daniela would be so proud of you for doing this.
Yeah. Because that's going to just live on forever. And I didn't know that. That's very cool. So I would like, if it's okay with you, I was rereading the chapter this morning before preparing for this. And I love these 8 lessons that you learned through the process. And if it's okay, I'd like to read them.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you. So during this journey, I learned the following 8 lessons. Number 1, we think we can fix things, but sometimes we have no choice. Number 2, appreciate every day. Cherish the moments with your family and friends. 3, have faith in God that things are happening the way they are meant to. Number 4, the power of prayer is very strong throughout difficult and challenging times. Number 5, nothing in life is permanent, not the bad and not the good. We're all learning that.
Yes.
Number 6, gratitude will get you through those days when it is so dark in your mind and heart. Remember the good when the bad creeps up in the corners. That will get you through. Number 7, we cannot control what God's plan is for us. Number 8, take care of your body. by applying healthy lifestyle habits that can prevent illness. They're just such good. I mean, literally, it's like each one of those alone are like words to live by. So I appreciate. I really thank you for writing them and gifting them to people, because it's just a great reminders and things that can really get us through, really hard times.
Yeah.
And again, you're going to be able to kind of be the lighthouse for other people who are going through that, to bring them into the light, when they're in the dark with that, with going through something similar. So yeah, I see a lot of, I don't know, I'm seeing all kinds of things for you in that area of really working with families or mothers or,
Okay.
Yeah.
Me too. I really would love to help moms and dads, like I said, and really the families that are going through this. Like, how do I get through this challenging times? I mean, I actually have a friend of mine right now going through a similar situation, and she came to me and I was like, wow, I really felt like I was ministering her. I was sharing my experiences, and she felt good that I was there to help her through it, the navigating, because her daughter, same thing. Her daughter is going through a similar health challenge, and she's devastated.
Yeah.
And so I really, I went through my, I'm grieving every day, but every day I wake up, she's in my life every day. I wear her clothes, I wear jewelry. I mean, she's surrounded with me in my office here. I talk to her every day. And there's days that are sadder than other days. But I remember the good times. And this is what people have been telling me, to remember the good times. And we had a good relationship, which was really something I'm grateful for.
Absolutely.
That we spent time together. We traveled. We liked the same things. I was her rock. And she even said this in some of her articles that I found. After she passed away.
Nice.
And that really made me feel really good, that we had that relationship, because a lot of mothers may not have a good relationship with their children.
Yeah. And mothers and daughters sometimes can, until it can be tricky.
Oh yeah. And we did. And we had many years that we were not close. And then we kind of reconnected, and we lived locally. I mean, she lived close by all the time. And so we were always together, but we didn't get along for a long time. And, we went through a divorce because, and remarried. So there was a lot of change that went into our life. So there was the divorce, the remarriage, and she passes away. And so our family's been dealing with stuff like this, and my own life. And so
I'm so happy you came back together, though, to have that relationship.
Me too, because I would have really regretted it. And this is what I want to share with your listeners. And this is why I had it in one of my 8 lessons, is you want to cherish every moment. Yeah. If you're not close with someone in your family or something, like, find a way to reconnect, reestablish that relationship, because you just don't know that it can literally change. I mean, in 8 months, I mean, she went from diagnosis to passing away. She was healthy, complained of some stomach pains, and it was already at an advanced stage before it was diagnosed. And so this is why having a healthy lifestyle, eating right, because I firmly believe that our health affects everything.
Me too. It's the foundation, right? You can't really have a great life in other areas if your health is not good.
Exactly. I believe that as well.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm like these lessons. I mean, honestly, they could just be a topic for your group, for each however long it is. And have I'm seeing all kinds of courses and things in my mind for you.
That is so true. That, what I really didn't think about. I wrote these 8 lessons, and these came to me, as I'm sitting there, and then she passed away. I said, what do I do with this now? What did I learn from this journey? Because we all learn from our journeys. There's a lesson in everything we go through.
Right.
Okay.
And the lessons come through the hard things, not the easy things. Yeah.
No, the lessons come from the hard things, because I never would have imagined that this would have happened. Why would I? And to the day that she passed away, I was like, what just happened?
Yeah.
Okay, what just happened? Because I never believed it. Even when doctors were telling me she was dying, I said, no, she's not. No, she's not. She'll live.
Yeah.
You know, and because I believed in God,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe in miracles.
Mm-hmm.
But there's got to be something, you know. I'm sure she's in a better place. Maybe she's in a better place, happy, you know, free of illness, that's for sure. So I'm praying that she's okay every
Yes,
day.
absolutely, she's okay. I firmly believe that, and she lives on in your heart, and like, you know, somebody not physically here, the relationship doesn't end. You know, the relationship continues as long as, you know, until you're together again. But it continues within you and the other people that knew and loved her. So yeah, I believe that for sure. So thank you for sharing that. I mean,
thank you.
And you're honoring her on Friday, and that's just beautiful. So
yes, we are honoring this coming Friday at her elementary school. We're doing a memorial. We've established a little free library. For those of you that might know, it's a way to give back, give books, take a book, and you have it a post. It's like a mailbox, and you just put books in there. And it's a charitable organization that we have been donating money to. And my daughter loved books. I love books. So we're going to actually put some of her favorite books in the library that people can take, and they can come back with the book of their own. And it's a give and take. And so it's a way for people to continue this legacy of her and honoring her. And there's a plate with her name and honoring her. So, and it's the school that she went to, and it's the community will know my daughter.
Yeah, no, and I'm just seeing the books in different people's hands, and it's just
I know.
There's like that aliveness that continues. That's that I that I love, that and just the aliveness that people feel when they dive into a book, in addition to the molding of it. So that's beautiful. It's really, really, really beautiful.
Thank you.
I'm not going to get into some of the questions that I was going to ask you about, some of them about growing older, because I don't feel the need to, but I would love to do. One of the things I love to do is just do the speed round for sure.
Okay.
And then afterwards, I want you to share your new book, and then we'll kind of close with how people get in touch with you to learn more about your work, get your stuff, your books.
Okay. Awesome.
So, all right. First job growing up.
First job growing up was working in a library, believe it or not. I worked in a library, okay, in the children's department.
Look at that.
I know. I thought about that recently.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. And I did a book signing of my current book at the library that I worked at. That was my first job.
Wow. That's another woo a little bit for me. Right?
I know, right?
No, I love it. Okay. Any TV shows that you're currently binging? I don't know if you watch TV, but if you do.
I'm a Netflix binger, and I love Netflix. My current one that I'm watching is actually Lucifer. It's about heaven and hell, and it's a cop show. It's actually a cop crime drama. A friend of mine, Master Network's friend, recommended this show, but I love different shows on Netflix, like dramas and family, heartfelt type of shows.
Nice. Okay. 3 things you can't live without.
Coffee. Definitely coffee. I love pizza. So pizza, coffee. Can't live without, I would say, my family. I have a son. Yeah. All right. So that's definitely, family is so important. And to surround yourself with those types of people.
Absolutely. Yeah. Pizza is definitely one of mine also. Okay. Dream vacation destination.
So my dream vacation destination is Italy. So I would love to rent a villa in Tuscany and my family comes from Italy, and it's a trip that we want to take. I've been there over 38 years ago, but I want to go. My son has never been there, so we want to go there as a family to visit. Yeah.
Nice, nice. And if you want to go with a group of women, I'm going to be doing a trip with Jill Ortiz together. We're gonna bring a bunch of people to Italy.
Oh wow! You'll have to let me know about that one.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Okay, my superpower is.
I think my superpower is connecting with people, and that people trust me. They feel comfortable when they talk to me. Because I can relate, to their experiences.
No, you're very easy to talk to and friendly.
Thank you.
Warm.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay. What lights you up?
I think what lights me up is when I see a transformation that someone is having because of me sharing, whether it's in a training, whether it's a nugget, like, a book that they're reading and they tell me that they learned this. So that's what lights me up, is that I can make a difference in someone else's life. That am I making an impact for someone?
Yeah. And it sounds like you did with your friend recently who's going through what you're going through, for sure.
Yes,
so.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. It all comes down to being happy with wherever you are, being in the moment. I believe being happy in the present moment. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Success is
different for everybody, but success for me is surrounding yourself with the right people, having your family and friends, having your health. Money is not everything. It really isn't. It does help. Gives you options. It gives you, peace of mind and choices. But it's not everything. But success to me is being surrounded by the right people.
Agreed. But we like money too.
We like money too. Yes. And we deserve it.
Everyone does. There's plenty of it, for sure. Relationships are
very important. They're very important in our healthy lifestyle, because health is not only the foods we eat, but the lifestyle that we lead, with the healthy relationships that we have with people. Having the people around you instead of being isolated. Like this isolation that people have had, it's not healthy. Hasn't helped.
They're doing a lot of studies around that are really like saying that isolation is like worse than like having bad nutrition and being sedentary. Having connection and relationships is better for healthy longevity, is what they're studying. Because I've been looking into healthy longevity.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, absolutely. You're absolutely right, Liz. You're absolutely right. It's so important. Very important.
Yes. Okay. Sisterhood
is amazing. It's important. It's awesome to be surrounded by sisters. And it's good to surround yourself with sisters that share the same thing. Like I like, for example, going on retreats, being able to do a lot of women's stuff together is so empowering. It is so invigorating.
I am so with you on that, sister.
Yeah.
Totally.
I have a new sister right here.
All right. Just one more. Do you have a favorite quote that you could share?
Yes. So I'm very, like I said, I read the Bible every day. And for me, my favorite is that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Because I believe that we can do things, but I ask God for strength. So as we're going through stuff, like my challenge, I ask for strength to get me through this. How can I get through the day, one day at a time?
Yeah.
It's so important.
And in co-creation, right, with the higher power. Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's my favorite quote.
That's beautiful. So when you hear like the term ageless, I always want to ask that, because people hear it differently, because it's not about me, it's not about anti-aging at all. We all age, everything ages. So when you hear the term ageless, what does it mean to you?
That as the years go by, our mind always stays strong, and that we're always having fun.
Yes.
You know, it's having fun. It's doing things that really give you that joy. Yeah, Ageless is not just anti-aging products, eating right. No, it's, I think mentally, it's your mindset. Ageless is really having that healthy mindset.
Yeah.
All the time, that we can get through this and be grateful. I think that's part of gratitude, that there is something to be grateful for every single day, even during difficult times. When there's days that I have had to find it really hard. It's been hard to be grateful. But then I say, I woke up,
Right.
I'm healthy. And I have people around me that love me, support me. I wouldn't have been able to get through it without my family and my friends and my daughter's friends. She had a network of support during that time that I would not have been able to handle it without them.
That's beautiful that she had.
She made an impact in other people's lives that showed up for her during that time, that I learned things about my daughter that I didn't know until the funeral.
Yeah, that's nice. That's really that she had that.
She did.
That for everybody. Yep.
She did.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Last question. When you hear the term ageless goddess, how does that sit? Is it, what does it sound like to you? Because again, it's something that people are curious why I came up with that, and what is it about? And I think it's a little different for different people. So I always like to do that.
So when I think of goddess, I think of someone that is pure, and they are good. They're good people. They do things from the heart. They're heart-centered. Okay, that there is no hidden agenda. Okay, that they're really coming from a heart-centered perspective, and that they're a giver instead of a taker. Okay, that they really they're real, they're authentic individuals.
Women, or female.
Women,
right?
Women, women. Yes, definitely women.
That's our essence, absolutely. So if you could tell our audience, Tina, how people can get in touch with you, where to find you, if they would want to find your books, if you could show, we showed Success in Any Season.
Right, yep.
Right. And then see what it looks like, the purple. And then the other one is, I love the picture of you.
Yeah, so this one is Freedom, 7 Steps to Thrive in Life and Business. It's on Amazon right now. It's also my website, www.lifeisideal.com, all one word. Connect with me there. You can book a call with me there. I'm also, my email is tkadishcoach@gmail.com. I'm also on LinkedIn as Tina Kadish. You can connect with me. I offer a 30-minute call with anybody that's complimentary, what they want to share, how can I help them, with areas of their life, whatever challenges they're going through. And I am going to be creating a course from this book. That will be coming up this year. But I see more, you're giving me some ideas, Liz, from this. We'll have to talk more about that.
I definitely want to.
Yeah, definitely. We should do that another time.
Very much turning for sure.
Yeah.
So it was great. You had so much wisdom to share, and you inspire me. And I know you're going to inspire anyone that hears this for sure. So reach out to Tina, and I thank you from my heart to yours for being a guest and sharing your story. And well done. Until
Thank
next
you so much, Liz. Thank
Okay.
you for having me today. I appreciate it so much.
Anybody has any questions or wants to reach out to Tina, please do. And if you have a question, put it in the group and I'll make sure that she gets it. And we'll see you next time. Thanks so much.
Bye-bye.
Be well, everybody. Stress lessons so you can live more.
I know.